So you came back for a little bit more of that canine bitch league. Right on. So as I said, I was heading out to this Job Corps back in the 80s, up in Nebraska, Chadron, Nebraska to be exact. They called it Pine Ridge, but whatever it is. So anyways, standing in front of this judge in Lincoln, Nebraska, maybe brother got in a little trouble. And he says, well, son, this is the problem I have with you. You're not, good enough to get into heaven, but you're not quite bad enough to get into hell. So I think I'm going to send you to this Job Corps instead of incarcerating you. And I said, yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. And he says, do you know what a Job Corps is? I was like, no. He says, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to send you up there. You're going to learn a trade and become a productive citizen. While you're there, you'll also be able to go to school and get yourself a high school diploma. Now, outside of that, if you mess up before you could graduate or complete the program, I'm going to send you to jail. How's that? Is that fair enough? I was like, yeah, that's fair. So I sat in jail for a couple of days waiting on paperwork. Paperwork comes through, get on the bus, start heading to this Job Corps in Chadron, Nebraska. Of course, along the way, they make their stops and they're picking up people. And some of those people happen to be kids that are on pass out of the same Job Corps that I'm going to. And so I befriend them on the bus. And they're telling me about this Job Corps and the counselors and the kids, and they have different groups. But they said that they had some women. I was like, they got girls up there? And he said, well, don't get too excited now, okay? Because there's 300 guys and only 64 women. So it's kind of thin. I was like, well, the chance of one's better than none, like it would be if we was in jail, right? And they was like, true that. And so in the discussion, they're like, look here, though, Chief. You don't want to get these, there's only 2 dorms. Dorm 1 and Dorm 2. Dorm 2, wow, don't get, try not to draw that. That's the animal house. That's where all the bad guys are, man, the tough guys, try hopefully not to get that. I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to play it straight, So we finish our ride, get up to the Job Corps. They separate us out from, the people that have been there out on pass and all the new people. And they sit us down with the administrative people and some of the other leader corpsmen and give us the rundown, the rules, the regulations, how to act, this and that. And so then it comes to the dorm assignments. Well, when they call my name, they tell me that I draw a dorm 2. I was like, oh, sweet, I got the animal house. Yeah, whole place went silent. I was like, oh, great. Well, this big, huge black gentleman comes forward, wearing sunglasses at night. Anyway, and says, let me tell you something, young man. You can come in here with your mohawk and your earrings and your dog collar and your leather jacket and your motocross boots, thinking you're all cool, all right? But none of the dorms here are anything other than Dorm 1 and Dorm 2. Do you understand that? None of them are the animal house. Do you understand? Well, I said, well, the only thing I do understand is your breath stinking. I didn't draw a laugh at all. A smile, not a word spoke, nothing. I'll tell you what did happen, though. Shuffled me off into another room. Sat me down, and I'm sitting across from this gentleman, and of course the administrator's in there, a couple of the counselors. I'm like, oh, great, they're going to send me to jail. And all of a sudden, they just come busting out with, hey, look here, man, you can't be doing that. You can't be saying things disrespectful to the staff members here. We won't be able to keep everybody in line, and, this isn't like a jail, there's no fences here, so, it's kind of an honor system. So we really need you to put a hat on it, And I was like, oh, yes, sir. I didn't mean any disrespect. I apologize. You are correct, and you won't have any more trouble out of me. Because in my head, I'm thinking, the inmates are running that asylum here to the point to where the staff is scared of us to do anything because they can't do anything to us. I'm staying.